Hello again, and welcome back to what I'm calling my journey as a dyslexic to learning French. My name is Alden Albino, and if you've been looking through the series, this next particular video is going to be talking about what I call Pandora's Box, or for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, please look at the video I had prior, which discusses in Canada, we need to have a language profile to either get a federal or provincial job, or if you do have them, to move ahead. How should Canada deal with that? And especially when you're looking at 20% of the population is dyslexic, which is 7.4. And due to some studies, it claims that it was impossible for us to pass the test in a roundabout way. So the question is, how do we deal with that? My last video, I basically chose 4 options, and I chose the 4th option. So this particular video is, what could the fallout be by going that route? Or in other words, for every action there is an equal for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Well, let's put it this way. If in today's society we've got people struggling to make ends meet who have 2 jobs, they have kids, spouses, so you've got to spend time with the family unit, then you got to spend time with your partner. You should be taking care of yourself, but going for a run, a bike, a walk. You then also need your personal time alone, whatever that could be. Compound that with you have to upgrade yourself in your job. I know upgrading is, of course, language, but today they want to know, do you know the latest thing with your job? Do you know this? So you're upgrading that, along with being asked to possibly go back to school to get an undergrad, master's, or writing courses. You start looking at the amount of stuff. Now you're throwing in a language profile, or getting a language that no longer matters. So here is the question once that happens. If it's no longer a concern to have it to get a job or to advance in your job, would people continue doing that? And being human beings with that kind of schedule, my belief and answer is no. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking at trying to see if a dyslexic could pass the government test. Because if it is that much of a difficult issue, and the government does eventually go down to, or we as Canadians decide that we should stop asking the question of, are you bilingual to get the job or to advance? Well, the fallout could very well be, we no longer need people to adjudicate these. Henceforth, those people would, of course, lose their jobs. But the reason they don't have to adjudicate or test anybody is because no one is taking the opportunity to go to school to take courses 6 months or a year any longer, because I see there no longer being that urgent need. So as you see, it will eventually change the fabric of how things are running. And of course, it is difficult as you're choosing back and forth, but can you really turn around and stop 20% of Canadians from ever getting a federal or provincial job or other jobs due to the fact of not having a language profile or not being able to get one? And that's going to be, I think, the big new battle. For me, as I said, I'm hoping to show it can be done. It's going to be a tough struggle, but I'm finding it going to be difficult. But anyhow, that's what I think might happen if we go down and choose number 4. It becomes very, very interesting if we do that. Just some food for thought. My next upcoming videos will be discussing how a good friend of mine, Andre, and Andre has settled down and worked on a software to help dyslexics. How I study, methods I'm using, and I'm hoping that you will eventually be able to give me some feedback as to try this or try that as we go through my techniques. But anyhow, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy this short video on for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. You take care and have a great day.